Well, 6 is, let me clear my abacus again. I go 5, 6, and then we have 7. How do I know this is 7? Well, we have 5, 6, 7. 5 is the top bead. 6, 7. Every column, every bottom bead has a value of 1. Okay, good. So I'm making sure I'm getting it right. Okay, right. So what are we doing? We're going to be reading the abacus. So if I did 1, let me do 1, right? That's 1. And then I do 2, this is 2. And then I do 3, thank you for the hearts. Hey, Ethan. 3, that's what 3 looks like. And then 4, that's what 4 looks like. Does that make sense? That looks like 4. Yep, that looks like 4. And then we have 5. 5. That's what 5 is. And then we have 6. Well, what's 6? 6 is that. 6 is this. So that's 6. And then we're at 7. We have 7. Well, 7 looks like this. 7, right? 5, 6, 7. Every top bead has a value of, why didn't you go live yesterday? Or if I missed it. I went early yesterday, Ethan. And then I was going to try and go again after dinner, but then I got tired. I was working on my book. So then we have 8. What's after 7 is 8. So if I did this and I did 8, right? We did 8. 8 looks like, what does 8 look like? 8 looks like this. 8, right? That's what 8 looks like. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there we go. There we go. So then we have 9. And then we have, that's 9. This is 9. This is 9. And then it's early in the morning here. Oh, hey, Jay, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. How are things? How's the abacus coming along? It's been a while. I see a lot of letters, which is interesting. I see J and M and L and all these other ones. So, early morning. Okay, and what are we doing? We're doing 10. After 9 is 10. So if you notice, we have 1 and a 0, just as we write 10. So then we have 11, and 11 looks like that. Why is 11 looking like that? Well, 11 looks like this, because it's 1 and 1. Now, what is this crazy thing? This crazy thing is an abacus, and the abacus tells us how to read the numbers. So if we look, we have ones, tens, hundred, thousands, 10,000. What do you mean? My target, right? Right? After the multiplication. Hey, Beal, welcome back. Yes, your target counting tool. Good afternoon. Woo! Already. I was trying to get on earlier, but then I started doom scrolling. I'm thinking about teaching abacus with my cousin. That's fantastic. He's bad at math, so we'll fly to them. Oh, interesting. If you could, you fly with them in the very beginning, and then maybe you could do like Zoom calls or something like over the, hey, Darbug, thank you for the share. Ethan, what you could do is have it where you can have Zoom calls or go on the, internet, like, I don't know, Messenger or something, or even on TikTok, and then just kind of talk to each other and then go through it on the, through the internet, through the interwebs. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to count on the abacus. I prefer face-to-face. Yeah, it's better if you can do face-to-face, but if it's too much of a problem, right? If you don't see them all the time, then online is good, just as good. So thank you guys for the thank you guys for the likes. Anybody have any questions? We're going to be counting on the abacus. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I have my ones here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have my ones. What does that look like? Well, that's 4. If I show you this would be 4, right? So this is 4 and then 5. This is the value of 5. The top always has a value of 5. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 10. 10, if you notice, is the tens and the ones. Oh, is the tens and the ones and tens, right? Just as we write it is the way we put it on the abacus. So here is 10. So we have 10 and then we have 11. and that is 11. Afterwards, we have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then we have 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, so we're done counting, right? We understand how to count? Well, let's see. Well, we have 9, and we have 9, and then we have 9, and 9, and 9. But what's going to happen is every column has a 9. Every column has a 9. There's no number outside of 9, right? So it goes, so even I started here, this is 10, 20, 30, 40, and then 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Notice 9 is the most you can have. Does that make sense? So please let me know if you have any questions or a discussion. We can have a discussion about abacus. But yeah, it'll be interesting, Ethan, if you can get him to understand how to read the abacus. So how long are you going to be there for? A couple of days? Because, it's nice to be able to spend a few days just on the abacus. So let's talk about the ones, the tens, the hundreds. So if I go the hundreds, this is 100, 200, 300, 400, and then this is 500. Every top bead is a value of 5, no matter what. Thank you, Darbug, for sharing the live. Probably a month. It's our vacation too, I think. Oh, okay, yeah. So then you can do a lot. How you could do a lot to teach abacus. Hopefully you have an abacus to teach them with. And then you can go through all the questions and stuff. So when we count, right, we want to do 2. If we want to add 2, and then we want to add 1, that's what 3 looks like. So what we're doing is simple adding and subtracting. So it looks like everybody seems to know how to add. Well, let's the first thing do. Hello, Mango. What's this? Okay, you know what? Let's do this first. Let me know what number this is. Anybody in the chat? Anybody there? Let me know what this number is. And what we're doing is now we're going into a maze. This is a maze that I made from my workbook. So if I have 5 here, that would be 5, right? And then if I have 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, and then I have 5 up here, what number do you think? Oh, thank you, Bill. That's a good number. That's the exact number I was looking for. 5, 7, 5. So I'm going to color it in, and it'll take me to the next. Hey, Mango! Welcome. I'm trying to learn some stuff. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Ethan. So Mango, just so you know, let's read the abacus. What we're doing is we're reading the abacus and going through a maze. So if I look, this top bead is 5. So that's 5. So we have oh no, that's wrong. 5. And then this is 6, 7, 8, 9. Does that make sense? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have one bead here. All the bottom beads has a value of 1. And then there's the top bead. This one has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer is 4. Hey, that dude. So what would my answer be, Mango? Does that make sense? And then why are we here? Sorry, I didn't even know what an abacus is. An abacus is a counting tool. So what we're doing is we're going to learn how to read the abacus. And it will be interesting because we can do adding, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Thank you for the likes. 914. Yes, thank you, Ethan. 914. So how do we know how to do this? Well, Mango, if you look, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And then because these beads are touching this horizontal bar, we're counting it. So this means that it's 0. When it's down like this means that it's counted. Because this is counted, this is 5. The top bead always has a value of 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 10. This is 10. Does that make sense, Bango? So since you're new here, my name is Lynette, and I'm an abacus teacher, and I teach math with an abacus. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. The first thing we need to do is understand how to read the abacus. Okay, cool. So, because now we know a little bit about how to read the abacus, what number do you think this is? If it's in the middle, right? This is the ones. This is the ones, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, the 10,000. But the way I have it is, this is my 1, so this is 5, and then this is 6. So my answer would be what? What number do you think this is? I should cover all my things. All my numbers. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yes, thank you, Ethan. It's 60. Does that make sense, Mango? How this is 60? Because we have our 0 and our tens. Does that make sense? Let me know. because if you're not around, then I'm going to keep going. How do you get 60? Ah, see, if you look, we have 5 and then we have 6. So 5 plus 6, 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. Does that make sense? So when we look at it, we have our ones, our tens. So now we can count by tens. So if this is 60, then we have 70, 80, 90. Does that make sense? So now this is all 90. After 90, we can do 100. 100. So when we look at it, we have every column is a place value. Whoa, every column is a place value. Does that make sense? So when we look at this, this is 100, 100. How do I know? Because I have 1 here, and then these are all zeros, 0 and 0. Does that make sense, Mango? Yeah? Thank you, Ethan. Yeah, the columns make sense. Okay, great. So what I did here is I broke up only 3 columns. So this is only supposed to be the ones, the tens, the hundreds. But I don't understand, it's 60. So the columns, okay, so do you understand that this is 1, 2, 3, 4? Does that make sense? Yeah, okay. So then the top bead always has a value of 5. This is going to be 5 no matter what. That's it. That's it. This is 5. So when we add it, this is 6. How do I know? Because we start at 5. 5 and then 6. And then we do 7. How do I know? 5, 6, 7. Yeah, right? Oh, yeah. Hey, beep, bop, boop. How do we know multiplication on this? We will do multiplication, but let's learn how to read the abacus first. But yes, we can do adding, subtraction, multiplication, and division on it. Yes. Great. Fantastic. Okay, good. So now you know that this is 6, right, Mango? So if you know that this is 6 and you understand, yep, very cool. And you understand that if I move it over here, that number would be 60. Cool. Fantastic. Thank you, Mango. Thank you, beep, bop, boop. Okay, so if we count this, right, we have 3 here. 1, 2, 3, right? And then we have, what number is this? This number looks very similar to this number. So if I line it up, this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fantastic, Mango. Thank you so much for the comment, right? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then what do we do? This is, what number is this? 5, 6, 7, 8. So now the question is, what is my number here? What number can you read? What number do you see? Cool? Great. What is my number? Is it always read from left to right? Oh, BDV, yes. 894. Exactly, Mango. We read from left to right, just as we write 893. Make sense? 4. Oh, that's no, it's a 4. I'm sorry, 4. I did that wrong. That was supposed to be 4. 1, 2, 3. Yay! I'm sorry, that was my fault. Because I'm supposed to mimic this, and I was wrong. So when we read it, we read 893, not 398. So just as we read it, we write it. Make sense? Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, BDV. Birthday, I don't know. Birthday vampire? No, that wouldn't be right. All right. So we're doing this one. We have 5. We have 5 up here. We have 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, and then we have 1. What number would that be? Thank you, Ethan. 571. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Bebop. Boop. I like that name. Right? Oh, Carrie. So when we do it, we have to remember there's a 6. We're doing it. So here, Carrie, we have 5, 6, 7. So when we talk about it, this is what 7 looks like. What was in here, that's what 6. So 561. But the question is 571. So let's try another one. If I had this one, 5 and then 6, and then we have 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we have 5. What number is that? Yeah, we're doing it. Yeah, we're doing it. This is a fantastic idea. Thank you. Thank you, Beal, for supporting this. Right. So we have 685. Thank you, Kiri. And Sophie! Sophie's back! Welcome back, Sophie. And then Ethan. Fantastic. And Sin. Okay, good. So we can do this, and now we're going to go to our next number. So what we're doing is we're just practicing how to read the abacus. 5, 6, 7, 8. Because once we understand how to do it, then we can actually do some adding and subtracting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 5. What number is this? I got 6, but I missed the 85. Oh, you did? Huh. So the blue bead was always that. Yes, exactly. Sorry. When the blue bead is down, it is counted. When this horizontal bar is being, when the beads touch the horizontal bar, it's being counted. So that's what that means, Kira. Yes. So 5, and then notice that the bottom beads goes up. So when it touches the horizontal bar, this is being counted. So these beads are being counted. None of these are counted. These are all zeros. Does that make sense? Thank you so much for the rose and the heart me. What about the blue? If it's on top, if it goes up like this, excuse me, then this would be 3 because now it's no longer counted. So we count 5, right? 6, 7, 8, or 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense? So what number do we have here? Right? Yep, yep. Yes. Good. These are very good questions. Yes, exactly. So, does that make sense, Kiri? 895. Yes, thank you. 895. So, I'm going to color it this one. Yep. Thank you. Oh, no, thank you. I'm happy that you guys are understanding. You guys are understanding really quickly, too, because some people are like, I don't know what's going on, but it's very simple to look at. So, we have 5, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we have 3. 1, 2, 3. And then this number, 1. Is this a maze of sneak peek of my new book? Yes, it is, Ethan. It's actually in the process. Oh, sorry. It's actually in the process of, I'm trying to get the book published. I do have worksheets that you can download. If you want it as a worksheet, you can get it from my website. And this one is a 3-digit one. I have 3-digit and I have 2-digit. Oh, right. What number is that? Do we say what number this was? Yeah. So I have this one. And then I just finished the 4-digit. We will work on the 4-digit later on, depending on. Thank you, Beep Boop. Yep. Thank you, Ethan. So I have 4-digit, and then I have some practice math to work on. Oh, sorry. So what's the next number? The next number, if we look at it, would be 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be 4. And then we have 1, 2. That'd be 2. And then we have 5, 6. And that'd be 6. Off TP. Off Wi-Fi? Off topic if how many books is going. Off topic. Ha! Off topic. How many books is going? 426. I love you can tell someone's mind's exploding when they understand. Yeah, right? Yes, Sophie, that's correct. Mango, that's correct. How many books is going? I have 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna have 4 books. Hopefully I can get it all published by this week. But they're small. There's 26 mazes here. And so every book will have the 26 mazes, but then there's going to be one book that's the practice problems, and that will be like 120 pages. Yeah, right, Mango? Yes. Good job. Right? Makes sense. Easy to use. Oh, 4. I got to color this in. So, yeah. Great. So we have this number. What? Okay, you know what? I'm not going to color it in. I'm not going to color it in. Why are you using the middle 3 for a reason? Yes, there is a reason. There is a reason. You actually tell me what this number is. The reason is because I have this dot indicator. And I like how everybody is observant. Everybody's always observant, which is fantastic. Because why? Because there's this dot indicator. This is my label. I can label. This is my label that tells me the ones place. So when I look at my my place value, I know where my ones place is. Does that make sense, Kiri? So I have my ones, my tens, my hundreds, my thousands, my 10,000s. The reason why is because I have a label here. That is all that matters. Hey, Laura, how's it going? I was just demonstrating my new little book that I have. So, what number is this? Oh, yeah, but it's good that you made that observation. Yes, seven, seven, five, six, seven. So we have seven, and then we have six, and then we have seven. So five, six, and then five, six, seven. It's good. You know why? The decimal is like a decimal in the normal. No, no, it's not a decimal. It's a label. That's all it is. The decimal happens between the ones and the tenths. The decimal doesn't have a place value, right? So that just means that anything after the decimal would be would be the tenths and the hundredths. So that's a very good observation. But yeah, we can do decimals on the abacus as well. We have our ones, so then this would be the tenths, and then this would be the 11th tenths, and then this would be the hundredths. Does that make sense, Kieran? Okay, so what number do we know this? What number do we think this is? Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, but it's very good that you made the observation because if you didn't make the observation, then there's no point of, you know what I mean? Five, five, six, seven, eight, and then five, six, seven. You're right. Five, eight, seven. 587. Oh, we're almost done. We're almost done. Thank you, Laura. That's right. That's fantastic. Yeah, and it's good because if I tell you, then you're like not trying to think, right? You're just intaking it and trying to be passive. You need to cover the numbers. I can't cover the numbers if nah, nah, I'm not going to cover the numbers because it's also a discipline, right? To try to be able to. Because if you buy the book, I'm not going to be able to cover the numbers, Ethan. Sophie says 200, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 5, 1, 2, 3. Yes. So this is 2, 8, and then 3. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Sophie, Laura, and Kira. Right? Does that make sense? 2, 8, 3. Was that okay? That was okay. So now we understand how to read the abacus. After we learn how to read the abacus, what's next? Now what we could do is we can start adding and subtracting. After we add and subtract, then we can go into multiplication. Because what is multiplication? Multiplication. I never learned this in school though. Yeah, yeah. Dude, I'm learning. Dude. I got jokes. Yeah, that's fantastic. No, yeah, and that's the greatest thing, right? It's interesting how it makes like so much sense. So what we did is we just did some activity, how to read the abacus. Now what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to use the abacus. We're going to learn how to add with the abacus. Is this an old, this is, no, you know what? Your brain is the calculator. If you really want to know the truth, the brain is the calculator. You know why? Because you're doing the calculations. On the abacus, just tracks your numbers. That's the big secret. That's the big secret. Is it like an old calculator? Some will still do, yeah. So what's going to happen is if I want to add the one, notice what I want to do is we want to only make sure we know how to add the one. We want to learn how to add the one. Why? Because we want to focus on the second add-in. Oh, we always want to know what number we're doing. We don't want to know what the answer is because after the movie's done, then it's boring, right? So what we need to do is understand the process. We need to understand our add-ins. We need to understand what we're trying to do. So here we're trying to add 1. So here I have 7 and I want to add the 1. Notice when I add the 1, I'm only moving the 1 bead. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm moving 1 bead. That calculation is what you did. But the question is do I have enough beads to add 1? Yes, I have enough beads to add 1, so I'm just going to add the 1. Does that make sense? So what we're going to do here is we're going to do 1 plus 1. That's too easy. Yes, yes, it is easy. I would have been a better math school if I learned this. Yes, I would believe so. I know my kids are better at math. But see, the thing is we learn 1 plus 1 is 2. That's fine. It's easy, but the reason why we talk about it is because we talk about the fundamentals. Anybody watch Karate Kid? How we do wax on and wax off? Well, this is what we're doing. We're waxing on. So what we're going to understand is how do we add one and we add another one. We don't memorize our doubles. Not easy if it's a five digit or five digit times five digit. Ha ha. You know, it's easy. You just got to keep track of it all, right? So the question is, no, the answer is two. Then again, we could do it again. We're going to do it again. Why? Because we want to just be able to get used to adding the number one. So we're just adding one. Hey, Laura, before I continue, do you have any specific questions on the workbooks or if you have any questions, let me know. So here is my next one is two. So when we add the two, right, it's the same thing. Here I have five and I'm going to add two. All I'm doing is I'm adding two. One, two, one, two. That's it. And then I now know how to read the abacus, right? This is why we talk about reading the abacus. Your books are very okay. Fantastic. I'm actually in the process of trying to get the -5 out the door for you. So there's a -5 and a -10 that's coming as well as the mazes. But it's interesting to see like my progression of thinking. Like I feel like, yeah, and I'm trying to I'm trying to get it out because I know people are now buying. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take my time and just kind of do. So the abacus is the it that's all it is, Mango. That's all it is. The abacus just tracks your numbers. That's really what it is. But how you use the numbers, that's why abacus provides critical thinking, analytical thinking. Yeah. Oh, Laura, Laura, thank you so much for letting me know that you're like going through the book because I got to make sure I got to get the other two books because after the minus the 5 and minus the 10, then we're going to start going into double digit adding and subtracting, and then after that we're going to go into multiplication. So the biggest thing is to understand all of those. So then when they do multiplication is a lot easier. I think the easiest way to find Lynette's books is to search Lynette Young. Any suggestions? Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Darbug. My name. That's my name. Don't wear it out. Yeah, I'm trying to be everywhere. I'm trying to be everywhere. What's a good age for the kids to learn? You know what? I am trying to start the kids. I'm trying to start the kids young. I have a preschool one and I have a bunch of worksheets to do the preschool. This is people with trouble with math and can't do simple addition on paper. It can be with people who have problems with addition and with math or just the concept. Yeah, I believe so. So a good age, I'm trying to get them to be young. So like 3, 4, 5. I know some kids are going in like as they started learning abacus like 5, 6, 7. There's a few people that have like older kids, and then the reason why, hey, hi Jinx, I see you. So the other thing is knowing you could try them when they're 13, but that's when attitude comes in. And if you notice, like learning how to move the beads is super simple, right? Because it's super simple, then they kind of be like, you know what, this is for like little kids. But you kind of have to go through that. But because once they understand this part, then they need to, not my minions. I'm telling you. I think you're a spammer, hijinks. So it so what we do is understanding how to move the beads. After we understand how to move the beads, then we're going to know how to what happens when you don't have enough beads. Does that make sense, Mango? Hey, Zone of Friendship, welcome back. Where is the troll keeper? Oh, hi Jinx. Did you get my email? Hi Jinx, did you get my email? Your abacus is on the way. It's the only reason why I'm keeping you on is because you bought something and I want to make sure that you're legit. Maybe you got to put in some time and then maybe I'll put you on my live. All right. So, Mango, does that make sense about the age? I know I've been rambling on. So we have two, right? We have two and then we add the six. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to see how to move the beads. We have five and then six and we bring it together. I'm glad people are supporting you. Sorry, my live froze. I missed it. No. Oh, sorry. So, I think it's the servers of TikTok. They've been kind of slowing down a little bit. So, what I would do, I see you got 8. 8? Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So what happens is I did 2. When I add the 2, what I want to do is I want to add 6. I have 5 and then 6, and I bring it together. So again, the idea is to make sure we see what it looks like to add the 6. But now when we add the 6, hello Sophie, thank you so much for sharing my life. When we add the 6, now we know we can take away the 6. So what we just did is we built our information. We're compounding our information, right? We're compounding our knowledge. So when we know how to add the 6, we can take away the 6, which is different than doubles, right? Doubles is how do we all, I don't know how old we are. When I was a kid, I had to memorize our doubles, and because I had to memorize the doubles, I realized that my doubles is only addition. There's no double subtraction. And I'm like, "What? There's no double subtraction?" I was like, "What?" So, yeah. So in abacus, when you know how to add, you will know how to subtract. So now we're just building on top of our information. So we have, what do you mean by doubles? Oh, I don't know if you know. Let me like doubles is when we do 4 plus 4. So one of the doubles is like, you know, uh when I was a kid, I had to memorize like 4 plus 4. Oops, sorry. 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. I had to memorize that. Or I had to memorize 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Hey, it's Beal. TikTok is stupid right now. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so it's not my connection. Thank you, Beal. But see, that's why I'm like everywhere at the same time. What is that one movie called? Everywhere all at once at the same time. But the problem is with the other ones. The problem is with the other ones, Bill, that um you get a lag. So I would have to wait a little bit. So all right, so that's what doubles means, right? Or like even like 8 plus 8, 8 plus 8. We know this as 16. Like I remember this as 16. Anyways, so when I'm doing my math, I think of the beats. Oh, that's fantastic, Ethan. That's fantastic. It's good. I know when I start looking at numbers, I'm like, can I do it? Can I not do it? So the biggest for me is like whether or not I have enough beats. Okay, so okay, we have 6. And then obviously after 6, we have 7. And again, it's the same thing, right? We have 2 and then we have 7, right? We add 7. We have 5, 6, 7. So we add it together like that. So this is 9. So our answer is 9. Um, yeah. And then after that, it's like, okay, well, we know how to minus. We have our adding and now we can subtract. So when we look at it, we have 7 and then plus 1 and then minus 5. When we take away the 5, we just move it up like this. We just move it up. That means we're taking away the 5. That's what that means. So what's going to happen is we have our answer is 3. Does that make sense? So when we look at it, as we add, we can subtract. Now, what happens? The biggest question is, well, what happens when there's not enough beads? Like this. My question is let's do 3. Let's do 3 plus 4. Oh, that's right, Laura. I'm still in the process of getting the chart out. I haven't gotten the chart out. Um, that's what reminded me. Uh, okay. So what's going to happen is I have, let's say, 2. And if you notice, if I have 2 and I want to add 4, there's not enough beads to add the 4. Yeah. Um, I was kind of mulling around like the concept of the chart and stuff. So it was actually going to be, I was going to start incorporating into the books, but it will be into yeah. Anyways, um, so here we have the 4. We don't have enough beads to add the 4. Do you know another way to add a 4? Well, yes, we can talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay. What we're trying to do is we're trying to add a 4. If you notice in school, we teach kids this: 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Does that make sense, Mango? And then 1 plus 4 is equal to 5, right? So 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. 5 plus 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. Well, we know this concept. That's great. So what's going to happen is, we're going to modify. What does that mean? We're going to make some modifications. We have 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. What should we do? Well, the question is we want to add the 4. Well, we know this concept. 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. What is the concept? Well, let's try to isolate this variable. When we isolate this variable, we're going to move this 1 to the other side. So that means we're going to make it by itself. We're going to make the 4 by itself. To make the 4 by itself, all we have to do is do that, right? Now it's by itself, and I'm going to equal to 5. But adding 5 is too much. So what do? We have to minus the 1. Now it's balanced. Does that make sense? So now it's balanced. Well, what does that mean in abacus terms? Well, when I add the 2, and I want to add the 4 now. I'm trying to add this 4. Notice I can substitute this 4 with this. What is this? This formula. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the 5. I'm going to take away the 1. So my final answer is 6. I don't know if Mango's still here. You lost me. Okay. So if I want to add 2, right? We all understand that, right? Notice I don't have any more beads. I was up to good. Okay. So I don't have any more beads, right? We have to utilize our 5. This is the 5 we need to utilize. We're going to make our numbers work for us. We're going to make the numbers. We're going to make our numbers work. There's no freeloading numbers. So to do that, if you notice, if I add the 5, that's too much. Because what I want to do is I only want to add 4. Does that make sense? If I add the 5, it's too much. So when I add 5, I need to take away the 1. Does that make sense? I have to take away the 1 because adding 5 is too much. I have to take away the 1, and that's the formula. Okay, let's do another one. We have the next question. All right, I'm back. I'm trying to talk between between my connections. So I have 3. Now I want to add 4. I don't have enough beads to add the 4. What do? I can what? I can add the 5, right? Because there's not enough beads to add the 4. I can add the 5, but adding 5 is too much. I need to take away the 1. So my answer is 7. Did that make sense? Yeah. It's going to be slow because of the connection. And I don't think it's mine because I like it during the day. All right. I think it's just TikTok being TikTok-y. Right. So, are there bigger sized abacus? Like the amount of columns? There are. Wait, before I go, Mango, did that make sense? Before we talk about the abacus, does this make sense? Because we're going to do another one. I want to do 4. Okay, so if I did 4 and I want to add another 4, notice all I got to do is add the 5 and then take away the 1. So my answer it's not yours. I'm not it's not yours. I'm not having any trouble on them. Oh, interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. So, um so that's 8. Uh, well, when we talk about bigger abacus, we're talking about the different sizes. This one is a 13 column abacus, and this is a 7 column. So the bigger the abacus just means more columns. You can do exactly the same on both of them. They work exactly the same, but the only difference is the amount of columns. So this is 7, and then this is 13. When we look at it, it works exactly the same. I still have a dot indicator. I think it's TikTok in it because I have full bars. Yeah, right? I'm like plugged in. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm plugged in. I made sure I plugged in because my Wi-Fi gets a little wonky. Okay, so hopefully you're catching my comments. If not, I'm on YouTube as well. So these two abacus are exactly the same. When you look at it, the only difference is the size of the abacus. So it just means that I have more digits. I have my ones, this is my ones. But now I have many places to call my ones. And then I have, if I want to start in the middle, I have all these to be my ones and I'll have all these to be my decimals. And it's the same thing here. Does that make sense? So then when we look at it, it doesn't matter how big the number is. The bigger one is scary. It's not scary. It's just more numbers. That's all it is. It's more numbers. Um, right. So here is our. So if I said that this is my ones, my thousands, my millions, my billions, and my trillions. So if I wanted to use the whole, if I had a digit that was 13 digits, then I would use the bigger one. I can also, it's also more comfortable to use the bigger one when we do adding and multiplication and division. It's just because the numbers just get bigger. That's all. On the smaller abacus, I like to use a smaller abacus only because the numbers are smaller and the kids are the ones that I'm usually gearing towards, and they're a little young and they like the colorfulness. But then with this, they can graduate and they go to the 13 column one. But then there's another one, right? Like, so let's say we want to go into trillion on the 13 column abacus. You can't track the national debt. You have to actually use this one, which is 23 columns. And this one is made out of bamboo. So 20, I don't know how big 20, I don't know how many 23 columns is. So we have our 10, our ones, our ones, our thousands, our millions, our billions, our trillions, and then I don't know what these are. I never went that far. But this one is made out of bamboo, and the bamboo one is an old one. I've been teaching abacus for about 20 years, and so this is my original one. And then I found these smaller ones recently. If you're looking for an abacus, this is available on in Daiso. I don't know if you know what Daiso is, but we have Daiso. It's a Japanese like 99-cent store. And then from here, I do sell the colorful ones on my website. I do sell the colorful ones on my website. So if you're looking for that, my link's in my bio. So, but it's interesting. I mean, depends on how big the kids are, how small the kids are, how big the kids are, if they wanted this. But yeah, I mean, if you want to graduate, you can graduate to like something bigger. As adults, I would start from here unless you like the colors. But because I'm doing a lot of worksheets and stuff, I'll use my colorful one often. So that's a little bit about adding. So we know how to add. Well, once we know how to add, get what? Get back. Got to get back to class. Yeah, I'll catch you later. See you later. Thanks for dropping by, Laura. Oh, and then you have to tell me what class you're taking. That's fascinating. All right. So notice we have adding. We added the 4. Then what happens? What we need to do is we need to learn how to minus the 4, right? So now we're building on top of our concept. We know this is what we need to understand is the equation -4 -1 equals to -5. Notice it's the opposite of +1. 4 plus 1 equals to +5. We just don't write the pluses. Does that make sense? So this is exactly the same as this, but opposite. When we look at it, again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to isolate the variable. What are we trying to do? We're trying to 8 minus 4. That's what we're trying to do. So when we look at it, we want to do 8 and I want to take away the 4. There's not enough beads to take away the 4. If there's not enough beads to take away the 4, we have a formula. How do we modify this? Modification, right? We want to take this and put it to the other side. Hello, Matthew Webster. Oh, I like that TV show, Webster. Oh, anyways. I don't know if that's an old joke. That's a very old TV show. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the minus 1 and move it to the other side. So we have 4. We're making the 4 by itself. We make the 4 by itself and we say minus the 5, but this is too much, so we need to plus the 1. So what does that mean? Well, if I have 8 and I want to take away 4, I minus the 5 and then I add the 1. And that's it. My final answer is 4. I love Webster. Oh yeah. Whoa. I don't know, Beal. I think you're old. I remember this one episode Webster says he was like the stepmom was like, "Why do you always call me ma'am? Why do you always call me ma'am? But you call like the I forgot the father's name, the stepfather's name." And he goes, "The reason why I call you ma'am because it's very close to mum." And I'm like, "Oh, that's so sweet." All right. So, are we okay, Mango? Does that make sense about how to minus? And then don't forget what we just did is we built on top of each other. We built our concepts on top of each other. And as we build, we solidify what we're doing. So let's take it one step further. Let's do it when we have to worry about the 10. For those of you that just joined in, we're gonna let's before we go on. My name is Lynette. I'm an abacus teacher. I teach math with an abacus, and if you're willing to understand what an abacus is, this is what an abacus is. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn how to read the abacus. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I have 4 beads, and then I have the top bead. I'm sorry, I have the horizontal bar. This horizontal bar tracks my numbers. It tracks my beads. So I have 4 and then I have 5. The top bead will always be 5. And then because this is my horizontal bar and I track my bead, I'm 22, but my love's So, wow. Beal, I guess I could be your mom because I'm probably the same age as your mom. Ha! Oh, wow. Yeah, that makes sense. Because my kids know a lot more about the older movies and older stuff than I do. Older stuff than their friends. That's, whew, I'm feeling old. So, we have 5. Wow. And you have a husband and you're 22. That's young, Beal. This is a value of 5. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After 9, we have 10. So notice we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. After 14, we have 15, and then 16, 17, 18, and then 19, and then we have 20. Great. So that's a little bit about that. We're going to continue on with some adding and subtraction, right? We're going to do some more adding and subtracting to understand. Now, what happens if there's 8 and then we want to plus the 4? When we want to plus the 4, look at this. If I have 8 and I want to add the 4, there's not enough beads to add the 4. What do I do? Well, this is where this comes into play. We want to be able to know, yeah, TikTok connection is choppy. Yeah, it is choppy. Okay, so it's not me. So what we're going to do, we're going to add the 4. See how there's a similarity? We want to add the 4, right? That's a pair. The pair is adding a 4. So what are we trying to do? Well, what we're trying to do is we're trying to add a 4. But we cannot add the 5. Why? Because we're already using the 5. What's another way to add a 4? To add a 4, plus 4 is plus 4 and plus 6 equals to 10. So what does that mean? Well, just the same process. Hey, Dan, welcome back. I see Dan. Thank you for saying hi. Ah, there we go. All right. So what's going to happen is we have 4 plus 6 equals to 10. Notice it's very similar, right? It's very similar to the other one. Was it 4 plus 1 equals to 5? Hey, Lady E, welcome back. What's going to happen is, again, we're going to isolate our variable. We're going to make our 4 by itself. So we have 4 is equal to plus 10 minus 6. This is the formula that we need to do. We need to subtract 6 because we're adding the 10. Why? The question is 8 plus 4. I want to add 4 to this. So if I need to add 4, I'm already using the 5. I can't do it. What do? I need to plus the 10, and I got to take away the 6. That's it. And my final answer is 12. Great. My final answer is 12. Oh, gotta go. Thank you so much for teaching me abacus. I just started learning today. Oh, yay, Sophie. Yeah, not a problem. We'll be joining future lives with you. Oh, fantastic. I'll see you soon, Sophie. Thank you for commenting. Let me know if you have any questions. I will see you in my next lives. So, does that make sense? Mango? Oh, we just married last year. Is that No, 22 is so young, man. I got married at 27, and then I didn't have my kid till I was like 32. 22 is really young. Yeah. No questions. Makes sense. Complete sense. Oh, fantastic, Sophie. That's great. I'm so happy. It's interesting on how easy abacus makes it. It's very interesting how easy abacus makes. Mango, are you still here, Mango? I'm not sure if you're still here. Did that make sense? I'm still waiting on that. Because after this, then we could do subtraction, which is the same, but just subtraction. That's all. Yeah, right. Beal. That's so young. My cousin got married at 40. Was it 40? Or was it like 38 or something? Okay, so we're gonna continue on. I'm not sure if Mango's still around. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do minus. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, after we do adding, we have to do subtraction. And this is just understanding more. Well, again, we do the minus of it. We do minus 4 minus 6 equals to minus 10. When we do that, then we have to isolate the variable. When we isolate the variable, we want to use this 4. It's choppy. I'm not catching anything. Oh, that's not good. Maybe I should just... Okay, so let me go back then. Let me go back. When we do 4 plus 4 is equal plus 6 equals to plus 10. Hopefully that made sense. And then what we're going to do is we're going to isolate this variable, because what's the question? The question is 8 plus 4. You will notice when I do 8, I already have a 5, so I cannot use the previous formula. Hello, 500 miles. Hello. Everybody's breaking TikTok. Funny. Everybody's breaking TikTok. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to add a 10. We're trying to add a 4. When we add the 4, what we're going to do is we're going to isolate the 4. When we isolate the 4, we have 4 equals to plus the 10 minus 6. So when we want to plus the 10, we're going to take away the 6. I'm not having any issues with it. It must be TikTok breaking down. I think so. I think something's going on with TikTok, right, Beal? Not having any issues with connection. Yeah. Yeah, and it's interesting because I stop I stop because of TikTok, but I don't stop um because of everything else. I guess that's why it's good to stream everywhere. All right. So, I guess I'm just going to continue. So my final answer is 12. Now, if you notice, we did the plus here. We got to do is we got to do the minus. And after we minus, how do we do minus? Well, it's the same thing. What we want to do is minus and then minus 6, minus 4, minus 6 equals to minus 10. When we look at this, again, we're going to isolate our variable to rearrange it. We're going to make our 4 by itself. So it's minus 4 equals to minus 10. But then 10 is too much, so we have to add the 6. What's going to happen is we're going to minus, so if I had 12, I need to minus the 10, and then I'm going to plus the 6. And I add the 6. So my final answer is 8. So it's 12 minus 4. And I just showed how to add the 4 and take away the 4. Whew, there we go again. So, all right. If there's no other questions, how are we doing? Are we going to do some multiplication? Maybe we do some multiplication. All right. So let's do some multiplication. Hey, Bill, how's the mazes coming along? Are you enjoying those? Because now the question is should I have done like a hundred mazes? But I think if you combine it all, I think it'd be fine. I was gonna make a little series out of the mazes. Okay, so hello, Marion. Okay, nobody. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some multiplication. Let's try this one. No, let's do something easier. The first thing we're going to do is understand that we don't need to memorize anything higher than 9 times 9. I do 1 page a day. I drink my morning tea. Oh, okay, good. Oh, okay. See, that's what I wonder, like, because that's only going to last a month. I'm trying to figure out, like, there's a few, what do you call it? There's a few math books that I was looking at, like 100 days. And I'm like, I don't know if, I mean, I was gonna make it a bundle instead. So there would be the 2 digit, the 3 digit, the 4 digit, and I was gonna do 5 digit with decimals. That's what I was going to do. And that would be a bundle. I was gonna sell that. Okay. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna do, you know what? We're gonna do this number. We'll do um 53, 53 times that by 7. So the first thing we're gonna do, okay, have a good night, Ethan. I want to stay for a little while. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. It's very late for you. Hello, Sunny. Do you have any questions, Sunny? And then David came on. Okay, let's do a little review because it's always good to review. Um, I like the bundle idea. Yeah, yeah, I was gonna do a bundle. Just for the bead recognition. A little bit of review. Oh, I don't even know. Sunny, are you? I don't know if Sunny's still here. Sunny, we're gonna count on the abacus. We're gonna count on the abacus. I don't know how your internet is either, but I'm starting to lose people. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the top bead. These are 4. That's touching the horizontal bar. Because it touches the horizontal bar, this is being counted. So we have 4 and then 5. The top bead will always be 5. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we have 10. Because we have 10, this is what 10 looks like, just as we write 10, 1 and a 0. And then we have 11, 12, 13, 14. After 14, we have 15, and then notice, again, anytime the top bead's touching the horizontal bar, this is what's being counted. So, hello, Dean, welcome back. So what's going to happen is when we want to learn how to read the abacus, this is 25. After 25, we have 35. After 35 is 45. Does that make sense? I don't know if Sunny's still around. Oh, right. Ah, I'm glad. You know what? TikTok's been kind of lagging, so I've lost a few people. So it's just us. It's just us. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do multiplication. And I don't know if you're gonna catch it, but we're gonna go. We're gonna keep going. And that was the thing. Wow, you were lagging while I was joining a bit. When I joined, yeah, yeah. It's either me or it's TikTok because I'm on the other platforms like YouTube, and I'm not lagging there. So I don't think it's my internet. I think it's TikTok. I do believe it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to find out our starting point. To find our starting point, we need to do is um, we just need to count our digits. So we count 1, 2, 3. We have 3 digits. Because it's 3 digits, we know we are going to we're going to count, and that's just where we're going to put our answer. We have 1, 2, 3. So now when we do that, this is where I'm going to start. The first thing I'm going to do is 7 times 3. I'm sorry, 7 times 5. 7 times 5 is 35. So notice I do 30 and I do 5. Why? Because I don't need to do 50. The abacus keeps track of my numbers. So I have 35. So I put 30, I put 5. The next thing I do is 7 times 3. 7 times 3 is equal to 21. So all I have to do is add 20 and then add 1. And that's it. So my answer, what is my final answer? If anybody is still there out in the out in the world. It's definitely TikTok, but I can still get it. Oh, okay, good. Do you know what my number is? Hi, Kaiko. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to do this. Okay, so if we look at it, we have 3, 7, 1. Yes, thank you, Bill, thank you, Riley, thank you, Riley. I just gotta. I okay, sorry. So yes, 3, 7, 1. That's the answer. So Kaiko, if you're still around, what we could do is we can review how to read the abacus. So if you people are new here, my name is Lynette. I'm an abacus teacher. I teach math with an abacus, and I'm just going to show you how to read it. So the first thing we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that the bottom beads has a value of 1 and it's touching the horizontal bar. I don't know if Kaiko's still around, but thank you for the follow. So what's going to happen, it's lagged and I didn't hear you ask. Oh, that's okay. You can call me whatever. Yeah. So I don't know if Kaiko's still around. That's okay, Dean. I'm just waiting. And then what we're going to do, so we can have the top bead. So this is the top bead. I go by both. Okay, cool. I have the top beat. The top beat is always a value of 5. So with the 5, hey, Sunny is back. I don't know if Sunny is back or if I'm back or if Kaiko left or whatever. So this is 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you notice, everything together like this is considered 9. And then we have 10. So we have 10. This is 1 and a 0. After 1 and a 0, we have 11, 12, 13, 14. All right. So do you want to do another multiplication question, Dean? Are you live on YouTube? I am. I am there right now. I am everywhere. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. And I don't know if anybody else is here. The link is in the bio if you wanted to. Right. So we could do, let's see. We can do more. We can do more multiplication because it seems like everybody was really interested in multiplication. So the first thing we're going to do is we could do 34. 34 times that by 6. So again, what we're going to do is we are going to count our digits. When we count our digits, we have 1, 2, 3. Because we have 3, we know that we're going to start at the third column. So because we have 3 digits, we're going to count 1, 2, 3. So this is 3. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. I'm going to add my 1 and I'll add my 8. Interesting. We have 6 times 4 is equal to 24. So when we have 24, we want to add 2. No, that's not right. That's 8. There we go. 18. So we want to add 2 and we want to add 4. Notice, oh, there we go. Notice I cannot add 2. Because I cannot add 2, what do? I need to add 2. Can I add the 5? No, I cannot add the 5. So what's going to happen is I'm going to utilize our 10. So plus the 10 minus 8. I might switch to YouTube. I didn't know if I like being alone on Facebook. Yeah, I know, right? That's why I really like TikTok. I like TikTok because everybody's like always commenting. Add 10 minus the 8. Yes, thank you, music. Yes. Yes, exactly. So we're going to add the 10 and we're going to take away the 8. And then we're going to add the 4. So my final answer is somebody's on. Oh, it's Dean. Hey, Dean. Yeah. So Beal, Dean's on YouTube. Okay. All right. So what's my final answer? I mean, if you really think about it, it's less laggy. Yeah. I'm everywhere. I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok. I think that's it. I have to figure out is how to get on um Substack. I want to try to figure out how to get on Substack, but I have to have like 10 followers before I can go live. So that I could go on Substack too. I have some stuff on Substack, but I don't focus on Substack. I'm thinking it's a different thing altogether. All right. So yes, what is my answer? Do 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 do. You guys are so funny. Okay, so my answer is 104. Weight as a whole. Weight as a whole. Yeah. Okay. There's a lag. I know there's a lag. But but at least somebody's talking. So, Sunny, if you're still around and you're too much lagging, I'm on YouTube. Oh, I thought you meant the entire sum. Um, Product actually, because we're doing multiplication. Okay, we can do another one. Let's do another one. Yeah, Sunny, if you're still around, I am on TikTok if I am on YouTube if you want to be there. There's a few people there too now. All right, so the next one we're gonna do, let's do another one. Let's do another one. Let's do 80, 84 times that by 4, right? So what's gonna happen is, what are we gonna do? We have to find our starting point. To find our starting point, we need to count our digits. We're going to count our digits. So we have counting 1, 2, 3. So because we do 3, oh, I should move this down. Maybe that would be it. There we go. We count 1, 2, 3. So if you notice, this is where we're going to start. We're going to start at the third digit. We're going to start at our hundreds. What's going to happen is we're going to do 8 times 4. 8 times 4 is equal to 32. 32. So I add 30 and then I add 2. 2. And then what are we going to do? Well, next we have to do 4 times 4. So 4 times 4 is equal to 16. So I add my 1 and then I add my 6. What is my final answer? Hello, welcome. Welcome, everybody. What we're doing is we're doing multiplication on the abacus. And we're learning how to read the abacus. And so what we're going to do is we're going to read, this is 3, this is 3, and this is 6. How did I get 6? Well, I got 6 because this is 5 and 6. All the top beat has a value of 5. Yes. Yes, Dean. 336. 336. Does that make sense? So, okay. Yep. I don't know if Sunny's still around. All right. So here's a question for Dean and Riley. Do you want to keep doing multiplication or do you want to do some adding, subtraction, or division? What is it you would like to do? Yeah. Yeah, because I only have my cousin and my aunt on TikTok. and and Sunny, but I don't know if Sunny understands. Sunny, let me know if you have any questions. That's all I see that's in my room. That's all I see. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to do anything else. Um, it's a conversation. Yeah. So I think Beal. Hi, Manny. I think Beal. I'm okay with multiplication or division. Multiplication is what I'm really interested in, if that's okay. Okay, yeah, not a problem. Yes, thank you, Darbug. Uh, yes, thank you. Less laggy on YouTube. I should put that in my little. I should put that in my little what is it? My comments and the thing. Okay, so let's do. You know what? We're okay with multiplication. Then I'm going to make the multiplication questions bigger, right? So it's the same concept if you think about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 69 times that by 74. TikTok buggy. Yeah, TikTok is buggy. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do, what did I say? 69. Oh, times 74. Okay, so the question is, so 69 times that by 74. This is not scary. This is not scary. Why? Because I get my abacus so I can go along. Yeah, okay, go get the abacus. Okay, so what are we going to do? Thank you for the hearts. I okay. What are we doing? So what is the first thing we need to do? Darbug. Everybody, yeah. There's like 2 people left and they're in YouTube right now. This is why I go live everywhere. Okay. We have the question? Yeah, we have the question. So my question is where do I start? What number do I start with? Count the numbers. Correct. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 digits. So we're going to start at the 4th column. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to start at the thousands, at the thousands. And so what did they say? They said FOIL. First out, in last. I don't even know if this makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But that was the thing that somebody was saying. It was like, huh. I don't know if it makes sense because the way they do it is not the way abacus does it. The first thing we do is we do the outer, which makes sense up here, right? We do the outer first. Um, what's the question? The question is 7 times 6 is equal to 7 times 6 is what? 42. So I add my 4 and then I add 2. We're done with, we're not done yet. Thank you, Dean. So what we're going to do is the next one is 7 times 9. 7 times 9. So again, remember 7 times 9 is 63. So I add 6, right? And I add 3. I just want to reiterate, notice I don't say 70 times 60. Now it gets complicated, right? I don't say this because I don't need to write it out. The abacus does it for me. Like here, I don't need to say 70 times 9 because the abacus does it for me. What's going to happen now is I've already done my 7. So I need to reassess. When I reassess, what do? I'm going to count my digits again. I have 1, 2, 3. So now I start at the third column. 1, 2, 3. Here is where I start. My next question is 4 times 6. 4 times 6 is equal to 24. So I add 20 and I add 4. I add 20. Look what I have here. I have a two-step equation because I cannot add the 20. I cannot add 2 here. What do? To add the 2, I need to plus the 10 minus the 8. Now, before I continue, I want to minus the 8. This is what we say cumulative property. Minus 8 plus 10. What we just did is we reversed the 2, right? These two are, that's what you call cumulative property, because now the sum is the same. So what's going to happen is I'm going to minus the 8 just to remember, and I want to plus the 10. Notice I cannot plus the 10. So if I can't plus the 10, what do? Plus the 1 is the same thing as plus the 10. It just means that I'm on this side, right? So what's going to happen is I just need to go here to this side and plus the 10. So if I'm going to add the 1 here, all I have to do is, thank you for the like. All I have to do here is plus the 5 minus the 4. So I'm going to plus the 5 and I take away the 4. That was just the 2. Now I need to add my 4. Remember, I was over here, now I have to add the 4. To add the 4, there's not enough. Plus 4 is equal to plus 5 minus 1. Plus the 5, take away the 1. And then, and then 9 times 4. 9 times 4 is 36. I add 30, I add 6. I add 30. Thank you for the like. I add 30. So if I add 30, there's not enough. What do? 3 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 7. So I plus the 10 and I take away the 7, and then I plus the 6. So what is my final answer? It's so quiet. 5,106. Yes, that is correct. That's correct, Beals. Yes, thank you, Dean. 5106. Right? So what did we just do? We just did multiplication, but don't forget, we still need to remember our formulas. We still need to remember our formulas. So when we look at it, we have to remember this is so here was a two-step equation. Here was not a two-step, right? This was a two-step equation. Adding this 2. So it seems sometimes buggy, so also streaming on YouTube at Miss Lynette. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Darbug. uh yeah, yep. All right. So we'll do some more multiplication. Oh, so that was the thing is I was trying to set up some questions. I have to curate questions. Where am I? I have to curate questions to get the multiplication going. So let's do another. Let's do a little bit bigger. Let's do a little bit bigger. We can do 15 times that by 28. So the first thing we do is we need to count our digits, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we do it? I think we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can still do it. You know why? Because 2 times 3 is equal to 6. 6 is a single digit, so you go back one column and you add 6. Two times 1 is equal to 2. 2 is a single digit, so you go back one column and you add the 2. And then 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is equal to 10. I add 1 and I have my 0. I add my 1 and I have my 0. So I'm done with the 2. Now I have to reassess. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 times 3 8 times 3 is equal to 24. I add 20 and then I add 4. There's not enough beads to add the 4. What do I do? Plus 4 equals to plus 5 minus 1. So I plus the 5, I take away the 1. And then what do I do? 8 plus 1, 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 1 is equal to 8. 8 is a single digit, so I go back one column and I add my 8. And then my final one, 8 times 5. 8 times 5 is equal to 40. I add a 4, and I add a 0. I add a 4. There's not enough beads to add the 4, so what do? Plus the 4 equals to plus 10 minus 6. So I have to plus the 10, take away the 6. I plus the 10, and then take away the 6. I think that's the answer. Is that the answer? Let me check. Oh, excuse me. Times that by 28. 882. Yep. Hello, Andromeda. 8. Oh, you don't forget the 0. Because if you look, my ones place is the 0. Yes. Thank you, Dean. Oops, counted the 0. No, you need to count the 0. The answer is 8820. because you need to count it because this is my ones place. So don't forget the 0. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why it's critical to know where our place values are. It's critical to know where you start because then you don't need to worry about this part. You just need to learn, just need to know, remember how to read it. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Right? Makes sense? So we can do another one. We'll do another one. Okay. Let's see. uh 3 times that by 59. All right. So 1, 2. Okay, yeah, that would be good. Let's do this. Right? Again, what do? We count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that going to be right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times 2 is equal to 10. So I have 10. 1, 0. Don't forget 0. So then we do 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So I have my 20, and then I have my 5. Now what? 5 times 3 is equal to 15. I had my 1, I had my 5. Now I'm done with this. Okay. Just so everybody knows, this one will be my last. This one will be my last question. I'm getting a little tired. All right. So again, we're going to count, right? We're going to count our digits. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the final one is 9 times 2 is equal to 18, right? Because I did this. 18 plus the 1 and then plus 8. I can't plus the 8. What do? Well, this is, remember, where we have a two-step. So I want to add the 8 here. To add the 8 is equal to plus the 10 minus 2. Plus the 10 minus the 2. So I will plus the 10 and I'll take away the 2. Minus the 2 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 3. Oh, sorry. So I minus the 5 and I add the 3. So that was 18, right? That was 2. So my next one is 9 times 5. Let's see if I did that. 9 times 5. 9 times 5 is equal to 45. So I have 45 plus 4 plus 5. Is that right? Yeah. 4 and then 5 plus the 4. There's not enough. So we plus the 4 is equal to plus 5 minus 1. So I have to plus the 5 minus the 1. And then I have to add the 5. After adding the 5, plus 5 is equal to plus the 10 minus 5. Plus the 10 minus the 5. Right? And then what do? Then we do 9 times 3. 9 times 3. 9 times 3 is equal to 27. All I have to do is add 2 and then 7. So what is my answer? Yes, thank you, Dean. 14,927. Exactly. But see, it's all the same process. Thank you so much for the hearts. All right. Okay. We're okay? Yes, Beal, that's it. That's it. But take it slow, right? But yeah. I just got tired all of a sudden. So if there's no other questions, I am going to end this live, and I will see you in my next live. Any other questions before I stop? I need to get I need to get idea. Yeah. Yeah, have a good day. See you later. Thank you. No, thank you, Beal, for everything. Okay. Yep. You have a good day too, Dean. Yes, and get an abacus because it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, yeah. You know what? If anything else, I'm gonna come back on later today or later tonight. I'm trying to get a better schedule. Um, I'm trying to figure out my schedule. I was hoping to, maybe I'll come back again in a few hours. But we'll see. I was trying to hit the I'm trying to hit the East Coast people, and I'm trying to hit them like around 6 or 7, and I'll see. But anyways, okay, I'm gonna go take the red pill and get the advocate. Take the red pill. Yep. Okay. All right. Have a good day, everybody, and I'll see you in my next live. Bye.